Okay, this is Anthony DeCecco, and today's topic is the efficient use of players' leadership on court. A lot of people think that running a clinic, and by the way, anybody can do it, but the quality with which you do it is the difference. We always make an example of tennis addiction, that it's like the 100-point inspection that they do on a used car. You have to have every detail in place. So there's a lot of things that go into it. Music goes into it, having the right music to match the people. I mean, you can't put music that my son and his college buddies would listen to with a group of 35 to 60-year-olds. Okay, they want to hear things like the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, the Who, the Beatles, songs that they know from their childhood, and it puts them in a good mood. So music is important. The staff pro who teaches the clinic is important. That has to be matched to the personality of the group. Some are better with beginners, some are better with advanced players. We also have another key point is if you have anchors in your clinic. Anchors are people that come consistently to your clinics, know the drills, and actually act like a coach on course, similar to a Larry Bird or a Magic Johnson. They'll take care of the people on the court that if they get lost or don't know what to do, they'll tell them what to do. A big emphasis with this on-court leadership is your actual job as a tennis pro. Your job as a tennis pro is not to be the star. It's to facilitate, frame the atmosphere, set it, so that it's a place where people can thrive and be happy. So you might only say a few things like, wow, that was a great point, or it was a great shot, and it has to be authentic too. You don't say great shot when somebody hits a little easy put away. You try to be accurate in your comments. And again, this is all underlined, but it sets the tone for the clinic. Other things that go into it are personalities. So if we go with, let's say we have a group of women, and you have, a couple of women have young kids, and a couple of women have kids in college. You don't want to mix those people so much. It'd be better to put them together. Like, it's almost like, when you talk about, like, you go to a grocery store and they have, oranges together and bananas together. You want to put the people that are together that could interact with each other and have something to say to each other. You like to have those people together. And by the way, you're fostering relationships so that at the end of the day, these people will go outside the club, they'll hang out together, and then they'll return to the club, they'll come back to the clinic. Because I can say this for sure, if you put somebody with a wrong person, they might not come back to a clinic. And you only get one shot at doing this right. So the pro has to be experienced at this. And so anyway, that's some of the important factors in on-court leadership with efficiency of players. Another thing that goes into it is the number of players. So you need to have a drill, not one drill, but multiple drills in line, ready to go for 4 players, 5 players, 6 players, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've actually done 14 on one court. And you better have those drills in your back pocket, because there's no way that you can do a 4-person drill with 14 people on a court. It's going to be a safety issue. People are going to be standing around too much, and they're not going to be happy. One of the things that years ago when we started these clinics, which by the way, this is a proven product, putting these large groups on courts and keeping them all happy. But I worked with my pro, Scott Nickel, and we would just have 5 courts of 60 people would show up. And we'd have 5 courts, and we'd have to put 12 on a court. So how do you do that? I mean, the first thing that became obvious to us, it was a necessity, is that we couldn't put 10 on one side and 2 on the other. So what we did is we put 6 and 6, and we allowed the people to play 2 points, go to the end of the line, next 2 teams come up, play 2 points, go to the end of the line, next 2 teams come up. And with that formula, you can do any number on a court. I mean, 14's tough. You have to do 8 and 6, but even that you can do, and you have to have a drill for every number. So that's another thing that goes into play. And there's a few more things we'll get to later, but thank you.